Champions Cup playoff game round 2 today, and it is between Los Natos and I think it's called Double Dip, if I remember correctly. What is it? What's Gadley's Dark Elf team? So I'm just gonna have a look, see if they're on the pitch. I know that an invite was sent, so still not there yet. So we're getting through these very quickly. There's not many more games to go. There's the Skaven versus Underwell game, and then there's the Nagel and Humans game. The Nagel Human game is on Friday, so that's the last day before the cut-off. But I'm not sure when the Skaven one is yet. But I'm just waiting for them to come onto the pitch, and there we go. Yep, Double Dip it was. So Los Natos versus Double Dip. So we'll get onto the game straight away. I'm just seeing if anyone in the messages has told us. Here we go. So Gedley, obviously the Dark Elves there, a lower TV value. For his inducements, he has gone for Wizard, Babe, and Extra Apo is what he's gone for. So there we go. So Los Natos, they finished top of the ladder, and he's only the second coach is Flynn Sorrow to get past the first round with a top seed, what is absolutely crazy. But he has, and you know, Mystic Ted thinks he'll get to the final. So obviously, you know, there's a lot of confidence there. Oh, but look at this sweltering heat. I hate that. I really don't like. Look at how it is, sweltering heat. Do not like that at all. That can really ruin a game, and especially you don't want that in the cup. Really can mess it up. So not good. So it looks like Dark Elves will receive. I know Geddy wasn't too confident in this. He's got no bench as well. I don't like that. But that's just me. I'll never like just having 11 players, even with dwarfs or orcs. But I mean, the good thing for Gedley and the Dark Elves is that they don't have to engage the orcs. They can dodge out the way on a 2+. So, you know, as long as they don't roll a bucket of ones, it'll be all right. And Gedley's regarded as one of the best Dark Elf players on the PS4, and Flint Sorrow is solid with just about anything he coaches. So it should be a great game. Two top class coaches. There's a game yesterday where I obviously didn't know it was happening. It's a shame because I could have possibly maybe broadcasted it. Was the Vampire versus Dwarf one, and I would play the winner, and it went to penalties in the end, and the Dwarfs won penalties. So the Dwarfs are doing all right. The last two penalty shootouts the Dwarfs have been in, they both won them. So Dwarfs are getting used to the penalties. So my Chaos will play Dwarfs. It's funny because my first 2 rounds I played against French opposition in Stuntman DD and Canary, so another Frenchman awaits. But back to this game. I'd be interested to see how it goes. I'm just a bit worried about that swelling heat. Oh, and it's a quick snap so the weather doesn't change. Obviously, the Dark Elves got to the final last season with Stuntman DD. The Blitzkriegers 2.0 did a fantastic job before crashing out to the Chaos Dwarfs in the final. Be interested to see how they go about this. He's going to try and score quickly. He's going to try and keep ball. Sort of disengaged against most of them. He's just obviously left 2 there. SF follows. Thank you very much. If I remember correctly, though, he's got some nice piece. He's got a really far piece there He's got strip ball witch. So yeah, it's not bad. Oh, down here. Here we go. Then just a push. Then start off with. Trying to pick on the Orc's armor and aren't. Oh dear. So far, no good. He might bring this loner across, maybe. Maybe. He does. Third time lucky. And it is. So finally get the Orc down after 3 attempts. And the armor holds nicely. Dark Elves have a very good record on the PS4. Extremely big record. I think they won about 3 times. They got to the final last year, did Dark Elves. It's amazing. Because you don't see many people actually play Dark Elves in the ladder. Compared to a lot of other races. So it's quite strange. But they do well. The question is Gerdley gonna, is he gonna decide, you know what, I'm gonna score quick, put the pressure back on Flint Sorrow and the Orcs. A lot of pushes so far. Obviously not what you want. When you're going to these big nasty green skin, you want to try and get a few out and try and get lucky and get 1 or 2 removals if you can. Very, as typical Orc team, very guard heavy. That's where their main strength is. So, and the winner of this game will either play Shagrath's Nurgle or Torres Humans. That game will be played on Friday. So finally we get to see the Orcs in action. Let's see what the Orcs can do. How are they going to go about this? Sweltering Heat's a concern. I would not be liking that. Always my big dread, that. Playoff game and you see that. It's a lot worse as well if you haven't got a bench. So, let's see. Interestingly goes for the guard piece. Makes a lot of sense going for the guard piece as well. You know, you haven't got many of them. Hey, V, how you doing, buddy? Armor holds. I need from you for a long time, buddy. What have you been up to? He's still there, kicking ass in the MML. Talking about successful things in the playoffs. V-Power will be very successful in the PS4 playoffs, always there or thereabouts. Let's see. It's really weird because I was watching a few of the highlights of some of the PS4 games and they're so fast, and then you go back to lab and it's so slow. And obviously, you know, fair enough because I'd been the same. But it's just weird when you've been watching all these highlight games, well, just like really quick, and then you come back to the proper live action. Oh, nice one, mate. Good stuff. Always hard for the champion to come back and do well. Be interested to see what Flynn does. Does he put any pressure, or does he just, you know, just chill out a bit? What would you guys do? Would you put some pressure on the ball carrier, or would you just be happy just to sit here at the moment? I always have a look when I'm playing an opponent, and if they have no bench, I've always gone into my head, look, let's try and get some injuries or something, and then all of a sudden it makes the job a lot easier. especially if you get them earlier. You know, it's a numbers game after all. Seems a nice enough defense. I mean, that's the problem, I suppose, with Dark Elves is they've got some really good stuff, 4 blitzers, decent armor, but they're not as fast, are they? So, like for instance, Wood Elves, they're flying about all over the place. He's 1 square away, so you know you won't be too worried yet. But if knowing Gerdley, he probably won't want to strike this early yet anyway. He'll just want to chill out and try and waste as much clock as possible. And we saw Lexington D try that against ex-champion Gimlick yesterday, and it blew up in his face. But it is a sound strategy when it works, obviously. So nice little push. There was a lot of the admins was chatting about different types of tournaments. They may be changing the tournament structure. Res style tournaments were banded about just as an idea for now. I don't know if anybody in the chat wants to let me know about res style tournaments. Maybe something like 1300 TV. Pick your skills, and then obviously, you know, you've got them. So you'd qualify with your normal team, and then it'd get changed over for a 1300 TV team. I'll tell you what, it'd soon be the death of the Chaos, wouldn't it? I won't want to be grinding with Chaos, and then get, what, a 1300 TV team? Pfft, no, thank you. But some other teams, maybe like Wood Elves, you'd be like, yeah. Whoops. So yeah, he's just going to disengage. He's quite happy, I think, Gailey, to stay at the back. And he'll be saying, look, it's up to you to put some pressure on me. He's going to keep a guy down here just to keep Flynn honest, I think. There we go. So what is Flynn gonna do? Interesting, he brings his throw all the way back. That's interesting. Maybe he's thinking if they try and pass it to him and he goes on the floor, you want a sure-handed person there. He's actually going for this guy. That's interesting. I thought he might have just ignored him, to be fair. But it is what it is. So the Orcs, really, I mean, they'll be wanting to get some removals, for obviously. That doesn't help, though. I mean, he really wanted to go the other way. He wanted, obviously, this guy to hit him, but the problem was this guy here has got guards, so it'd only be 1 dice. So he did the right thing. And hit with his Black Hawk. Now, is he going to bring his other Black Hawk round? No, he's going to bring his Blitz around instead to add some more guard in there. Try and secure this side. So there's only one hit option here with this blitzer. Gets him good. Nice power. Now then, are we going to see an armor break? Nope. Still no. I don't think we've had an armor break for the first, say, 3 turns, have we? This is the 3rd turn overall. Not one armor break yet. The other thing as well, with this team, there's no troll on the team. Very rare I see no team these days without a troll. So it's very, very cat and mouse at the moment, isn't it? The Orcs are not willing to push forward yet. They're quite happy staying where they are. But I'll tell you what, Flynn will be, Gadley will be extremely happy with that. Gadley will be quite happy just to sit here till about, what, 10-5 at the earliest, 10-6, and then just start making a move and then score later on. Problem is obviously if the Orcs go and commit and try and get the ball, it can go past them and then there's gaps all over the place. So you can see the dilemma. That is interesting. Gets away with it. Now, what is he up to now? Because he's basing up, so he must have a plan. Guided we just not base up for the fun of it. So I presume he must be coming down this flank. And he is, to a certain extent. So we've got Trippers in the chat. Now then, Trip. Here we go. Whoops. So use wrestle that. Interesting. Rather get her on the floor. The games at the moment not really live just like strategically just like I say very cat and mouse at the moment. It's not exploded yet. But as we've known by many playoff games before, it can be like this, and all of a sudden, boom, something crazy will happen, and then it kicks everything off. But I think you'll see this guy. He's just gonna go around his Cagney and just annoy the living daylights out the Orcs. So dodging's done quite well so far. But again, swirling heat could be a big part in this. One team rolls a bucket of ones, they could be in a bit of bother. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna blitz that? I mean, I don't know. I'd be tempted to, I don't know, just put some pressure on somewhere. I'm sort of now thinking after what he's done here, why did he base it with these guys? I just don't know if anyone can tell me why, but it seems like he's just giving away a few free hits for no reason. And here's a nice juicy pout. We might blow as well. Could this be our first armor break? Nope. So yet to see an armor break. To me, this just... I think Gala's going to be extremely happy with this. I really do. I think it wouldn't surprise me if he goes right back to this side. And all I think he's doing, really, is trying to play for time. You know, he's trying to give the Orcs a few different variations of what he might do. And then, obviously, probably turn 6, he'll make a move. The only way he'll make a move any earlier is if the Orcs put some pressure on. I can't see. And again, Gala must be really happy with this, especially if this guy's armor doesn't break. Because this basically unskilled Dark Elf is taking all the blitzes. So all his better pieces aren't getting hit. You know? He's got to be happy with that. Found the Dark Elves, I'm really, happy the way it's gone so far. And if I'm Gedley, I'm just thinking, you know what? I just hope I can just keep doing this. So I don't have to. I don't have to go early. Because at the moment, Flynn is playing a very patient game and he's very happy just to sit back and wait. The problem is, when you've got agility 4 else about, they can just turn on in one turn. So the Orcs have got to be careful about that. I mean, Flynn's a great coach and he's probably got his own game plan, but I'd just be a bit concerned at the moment. I mean, for instance, these guys can smack this guy out of the way and come down here quite quickly. While all these are stuck over here. And maybe that's another thing what guys are looking for. When all these slow pieces are at one side, like these 4 pieces, movement 4, movement 5, it'll take them a while to get over here. So and obviously this is a agility 5 piece here as well, so 2+ for the catch, not a problem. But is it too early? We will see. He's gone for the wrestle piece. Oh, just a push again. It's got to be annoying. Now, what's he going to do? Surely not going to follow up here. He is. That is interesting. I think personally, any sort of move he had planned probably will now be stalled. So he's now got 2 scoring threats down there now. His base is he gonna pass it to his agility 5 piece, I wonder? Decisions. There he goes. Will soon find out. Nope, he's going to go far back. Now what's he going to do here? So Flint Storer can make actually Ps4 history tonight if he wins this game, because no top seed has ever got past the second round. So if he was to win today, he'll have got the fares for the top seed. What's crazy, really, if you think about it, what's this, season 10? And only once as the top seed got past the first round. It's crazy. Still waiting for that first failed dodge as well. We're still waiting for the first armor break, the first failed dodge from the elves. Not really much going on this game so far. It's just a strategic positioning battle. What I'm sure some people will appreciate. While others will just want some death and carnage or something exciting to happen. No, then. I'm just trying to. I mean, I don't know about anyone else in chat, but what is the Orcs' game plan? He's obviously trying to contain, but there's not one Orc being sent to put any pressure on at all. Does it? I mean, to me, it's like, well, if you don't put any pressure on, then he can just sit back there. I mean, what are you basically saying? You know what? I'm hoping that he rolls a couple of ones or twos, like later on. You know. I've got to admit, I'm happy if I'm Gadley at the moment. I'd rather be in the Gadley camp at the moment. No injuries of any sort, and the Orcs are playing very passive, not aggressive at all. It's like Flynn dare not go forward. He's like, look, I'm gonna just mark these bad boys up and then pray that we can get it done. I just cannot see Gailey doing much, to be honest. Now then, this should be big if this blitzer goes down. You've got to follow, haven't you? Again, not an armor break. Crikey. Can't remember the last game I ever announced and not being an armor break, and we're into 10-4. So this is like 8 turns of bashing and not one armor break. Oh, one die pow on a blodger, but he had tackle. But could this be an armor break? Nope. But I'm sure he'll be extremely happy that he's got that guy down. But yeah, we've seen some extremely crazy playoff games. This one's still to explode. Seems like a very tactical game, this one. And there we go. Finally we have an injury. And how typical is that? It's on the arm and arm. I thought, You know what? I'm just gonna have some crisps. So I'll just mute the mic a minute, and what happens? There's a bloody injury. Typical. I wonder if that'll kickstart the game off. I mean, luckily the Orcs do have a bench. It's an unskilled Larn Orc. But right then, here we go. Again, he's probing down this area again, isn't he? Is the Dark Elves, and this is it. It's like, oh man, it's like, oh, most of the Orcs are at this side again, so it's going to take him a while to get back to this side, and then he might go back this side. And to me, this is just, you know, just too easy for Gadley. Which really just looks like, well, it's just like cruise control. The Orcs can't get any damage done. They've lost one of their own already. You know, there's just no pressure. I mean, if you're an elf coach, you basically, the one thing you don't want your opponent to do is put pressure on you. Because at the end of the day, the way I look at it is I put pressure on you. If you score 10-2, 10-3, fine, so be it. That means I've got about another 5-10s or so to score in my draft. And if I don't, then obviously I've still got the second half draft. What I don't want to do is just do this. I just, what? Oh, look at that lovely leap there. I don't know. Unless he rolls some ones, I just don't know how you're going to stop him. I just don't. Because most you're basically getting at the moment, here comes a POW. Let's see what happens here. Because mostly what you're doing is, you're going to maybe have one marking these up like this. And the thing is, all he has to do is dodge on a 2+, and he's gone again, isn't he? Look at this. This is solid. This is now a nice solid defense here. Look at this ringed fence. So I presume now we're going to see the Orcs come back this way. There was over here, then they went over there, and now they may come back over here. Basically, Gedler's like the Pied Piper at the moment, and they're all following to his tune. Maybe Flynn's got a master plan what I haven't seen, but at the moment it's. I mean, can you see? Can anyone in the chat want to tell me what the Orcs Flynn Soros plan is? Because all I can see is contain, but it's gonna be so hard to contain unless Gerdley gets careless. And Gerdley is too good of a coach to get careless, I think. I mean, he could even switch all these bad boys. He could put them in down here into like a square. You know? There we go. That at least that stops that for now. Concession. Explain. I don't get what you mean, concession. Concession is more like a concede, isn't it? Or it's conceding a touchdown? I mean, Flynn's a very good coach. Like I say, he finished top seed as well. And he's good defensively, but it's very patient from the Orcs. I presume what he was thinking maybe is, I'll play this sort of like patient game, and hopefully I'll take a few Dark Elves out to make it easier. The problem is, his Orcs have took no Dark Elf out. So, there's still 11 on the pitch. In fact, it's 11v10. So the Orcs are actually man down. So, it'd be interesting to see how this pans out. Don't forget we have sweltering heat as well. This will make, roll a d6 for each player on the pitch. At the end of the drive, on a roll of 1, the player collapses and may not be used for the next kickoff. Hit. Swelling heat. So the orcs are trying to like pin him in here now, aren't they? They're trying to pin him in. Now it's 10-6, so now the Dark Elves are going to have to try and do something pretty much now. Maybe Flynn's saying, you know what, I'm quite happy. I've got this tagged here. He's strength 4. You know, I'm pretty happy where I am. He's obviously got a game plan and he's sticking to it. Let's see how Gerdley dismantles this defense if he can. Well, that helps. Have a bit of that. And here comes the blitz. And the blitz is good as well, so going to plan at the moment for Gerdley. I presume he'll just park in here, won't he? Yep, and then the Lun will go there, and the Witch Elf will go there, or the other way around, depending on how confident he is. He's got this well covered as Gerd's. This side's slightly weak. Oh, there you go. Even better. What was I saying about the 2+ dodge with the built-in reroll? So long as you don't get double one, you're happy. You know what? He wouldn't have, here we go. Where's the Witch Elf going there? And then obviously the Loner will tag into this corner here. Or he could even go there, really. Oh, no, maybe not. I'd probably get around. So he'd probably go there. He might even stay there. He's got so many options. He's gonna. Don't know if I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, but then again, it's a 2-die, I guess. The agility 5 guy's doing his leaping shenanigans again. I quite like this though. He puts him in this corner, so that means he has to draw a few of these guys out of position. He'll be trying to get this. If we can get this guy somewhere around here, that'd be awesome. No, he's going to stay there. So we're now getting to the nitty gritty of the first half. We will see which team's patience basically wins. Yep, he sure can, Teddy. He sure can. But it's been a very, very passive. It's not been an exciting game, let's be honest. It's just two coaches trying to get it done. Gerdley has not been put under any pressure at all. So he's just been chilling out on the back. And Flynn's just been doing what he's doing, just trying to mark up, take a few pot shots. And that's it. There he goes. All the way around. Oh, I roll of a 1. Oh, God, don't you just hit them. Oh, a double 1! Wow. Not a good time to roll a double 1. Nuffle obviously didn't like this setup. We could even see his surf, potential surf on this strength 4 piece. I'd be pretty much tempted with that. Is he going to just go for the push? We'll soon find out if he's going for the surf. This is a hard decision. It might just take him down. Yeah. That was early on. Turn 2, turn 3. Obviously, he'd probably gone for the surf. But he's now got to make a move. This is turn 7. He's got to be in position to score turn 8. And look, there we go. Puts the learner there. Obviously the only spanner in the works now is if he rolls a double one, and that's the great thing about dump off. Is like Teddy said, you can get hit and you just pass the ball on. It's fantastic. I mean, this has just been too easy. I'm sorry. It's been. It's. I don't know. I just. Maybe it's because I like to play aggressive. We all play differently, but to me, this just seems like a practice session. Non-contact. Don't touch the quarterback sort of thing. Like in American football, you're not allowed to touch the quarterback. He's a star player. Don't touch him. Because that was the first attempt. And it'd only been a one die block as well, and he's got dump off. So the chance of it working wasn't looking good anyway. It's got a bit lucky there though with these frenzies, I must admit. That could have gone wrong. But now the runner's just going to pop himself in there. Happy days. And yeah, he can score next turn unless something crazy happens. Gerdley, he must think he's won the lottery. This has been so. To me, this has felt so easy. So easy. Or Gerdley's made it look easy, let's put it like that. He's had hardly any pressure put on him at all. You just cannot let any elf just chill out. Just chill out up here for 5, 6 10s, because when they do go, unless they roll a couple of double ones like obviously he just did with his orc, they're gonna score. It's as simple as that. So you're better off going after them. Or at least putting a couple of guys, some pressure on them. So it's like, no, you're not going to sit at the back and just do all this, just chill out. And then if he scores, you've still got 5 10s or 4 10s to score yourself. He's got no troll, he's got no goblin, so there's going to be no option of a 1-turner. This is brilliantly played from Gerdley. He knew what he was doing, he positioned his players perfectly, and now he's going to be 1-0 up. And he's got a wizard. And that's the thing as well, is if you'd have made him score early, if he stopped you at 10, 6, 7, 8 with a wizard, then so be it. At least the wizard's gone. Gerdley's going to be able to rely on that wizard for the second half. I mean, you look at how many rerolls are being used. Oh, skulls. Apart from the last turn, that was the only reroll I think used, wasn't it, in the game? So, there's not been much contact at all. The Orcs have just basically been so passive. It's crazy. Obviously, he thought that was his best chance. Gerdley said, you know what? It wasn't. Because you can't rely on that one die over here. Could not rely on that. And the great thing is, even if he dive bombed into the cage here, yeah, and got to hit him, he could pass it to him, catches on a 3+, and then he's got a waltz in as well. Didn't even have to do a GFI or anything. And there's a GFI fail. Wow, I'm sorry guys, but this has been just, I don't know. Well played, Gerdley. Really impressed, buddy. But God, I bet Gerdley cannot believe how easy that half was. No pressure until 10-7 with a desperate one die block. Now, is he gonna? This is the problem. Is he just gonna score? What would be the sensible option to do, or is he thinking, you know what? I wouldn't mind saving this strength 4 piece. I think I'd just score, you know. After 7 turns of just playing brilliantly to give potential chance of something going wrong. I don't know. He's definitely thinking about it though, isn't he? A minute's gone by. All he has to do is point and click and he's 1-0 up. But I think this is tempting. This is tempting, this isn't it? Wow. He's moving something. He's never going to pass it. Oh my word. He's going to try and blitz the blitzer off and surf it. And he does it. See you later. And it's a knockout. Oh, my hat goes in my mouth when people do stuff like that. Surely he's now going to just score. He does. Was it really worth it? Well, if he doesn't come back, swelling heat time. Now, to me, with swelling heat, I would want all my guys to fail it now. So then they're back for the second half. Because obviously when you've had swelling heat, you cannot get it the second time. You know, in succession. And he's back. So yeah, that risk, in the end, wasn't really worth it. But he had the re-roll. So he's got 2 out. So he won't be happy. He won't be bothered about that. And he's got a blitzer out. So they'll come back. Now, what you'd really want to see. Yeah, what you'd really want to see now is basically for the weather to change. I'd like to see snow myself. I always love seeing snow. Blood Bowl in the snow. I think that's proper Blood Bowl weather. So we'll see what happens here. Then I'm going to just go quiet in a minute and go grab myself a drink. Hey, Game Lake, you alright, buddy? But yeah, Gerdley showing Lexington D how it's done. To be fair to Lexington, though, he did have a few bad dice. But I'm just stunned how Flynn Sorrow has just let him have such an easy ride first. I mean, I played Orcs for years. I've won most big things with them. I don't play them that often now. I think it's because I've got all these other races I have a choice to play. But I can't think of me ever doing that. Just sitting back like that. He's got no diving tackle. He's got very little tackle. He's got very little, and so basically it's a 2+ every time. So you're sort of like hoping that Nuff will say, you know what, I'm going to throw a double 1 in there, and I'll give you a chance. You know, it's obviously you don't want your opponent to score, but you've got to think, with elves, it's like, well, you know what, I'm going to push it, and if you score, I'm going to make sure you score quickly. So then I've got like 4, 5, 10 to match up the other side of the field and score, or draw out your wizard. But And there we go. That is exactly what we wanted. Thank God for that. Right, guys, I'm just going to mute it while it's like 10:08, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, then I am back. Yeah, basically that's game like that's basically what happened. Is Flynn just played passive. I can't really think of any other way to put it, and he just and Guide was just like, you know what? If you're not going to put any pressure on me, I'm just going to just stall it until the last 10 and score. I don't really think I've ever seen that ever in a playoff game before, where one team just, you know. Now but now this is going to be interesting because technically Gadley could do just what Flynn has done, but the reason he can do it is because he's got a wizard, and then maybe try and wizard 10, 7, and 8, and just try and strike late on. So this is the problem Flynn's in now, because he didn't give himself any chance to score in that first half, or try and at least draw the wizard out. Very unusual. I must admit, I mean, it wasn't great for us to watch. To be fair, it was a bit boring. But you know, at the end of the day, we can't criticise, because at the end of the day, they're here to win the game. They are here to entertain. They're here to thingy. But I was like, well, when's he gonna put any pressure on? And eventually put pressure on 10-7. He tried to come around the cage because there's a slight gap there. But obviously the run had dump off, and he rolled a double one for the GFI. But he'd only been a one die block, and he could have dumped it off to the next guy. So it was odd. It was very odd. I don't know. I just didn't get the whole game plan. I really didn't. Flynn obviously was very confident that he could be able to hold him. He obviously didn't want to overcommit, because if he overcommit, he was worried to put gaps. What I totally understand, but the problem is, you got to look at what coach you're against. You've got to look at the coaches you're playing against. This is Gadley, regarded as one of the best Darkhold players. His positioning is excellent, so you know he's gonna find a way to score. You know, unless he rolls a double one. And if your sort of like plan is, well, I hope he rolls really, really low dice, then you're in trouble, because you've got to put some sort of pressure on. There's just nothing. I don't know. My head finds it difficult to compound why. I just don't get it. I could understand against things like dwarfs and slow teams like Nurgle. I totally get it. You could sort of like defend it better and do what it's doing. But against elves, that's a whole different ball game. All that agility 4. You know? Yeah, Ged's. But like I said, he's been regarded as one of the best MML coaches for a long time. You know, in the Ps4 league. And every time he's come on to the Champions Cup, he's done extremely well, and he's always had good records. You know, he is one of the better players. But how does Flynn know that? I don't know. I obviously know him well from my MML days, so I know Gerd. I don't know how, you know, his reputation, everything. And again, I don't like this either. Why would you do that? Well, surely it'd be better to maybe hit with one of these guys and then get another crack on him. Because if we don't get any injuries here or any removals, it's going to be a lot harder to score against 11. You need some removals. Finally, he gets one off. That will help Flynn. That was well played from Flynn. He goes for the armor 7. But again, you see, it's smart from Gerdley, because Gerdley knows, you know what, he's done his job. You know? No, can he get another piece off the board? Oh, he almost did. I'll tell you what, that's massive. If he'd have got him off then, it would have been 11 against 9. And the thing is as well, what you got to remember, because it's a playoff game, you know, you don't have to win it in full time. You can just get a draw and then go into overtime. Granted, there is a lot of luck with the coin toss, but, you know, there's no need to panic yet. My worry would be this wizard. No. So he's got to be careful when he cages up. There's an agility 5 leaper about as well. Luckily he hasn't got no strip ball or no tackle. And that's one of the reasons why my Chaos team's got a strength 4 ball handler. So if these dudes do come leaping in, it's 2 red die my choice. You know? Agility 5 leapers are a pain in the backside. Flynn's Zora's positioned this very well. So even if a wizard did come into action, it'd still be hard to get the ball. And I suppose in a way that's why I was a bit surprised, because Flynn Sorrow is an excellent coach. Fantastic coach. You know, and we've seen him in some fantastic games. I mean, his game with his Brett against Trips Norse was just amazing. One of the most enjoyable games I've ever seen in all the seasons of the playoffs. But obviously he had a game plan, he stuck to it, and it didn't come off, you know? It's just one of those things, if it had come off, we'd have been saying, crikey, you know what? That was a genius move. I didn't really like it, but it worked. But it didn't, unfortunately, and yeah. Because it didn't work, people query it. So the winner of this game will either play Shagrath's Nurgle or I think it's Torres Humans. Now they don't play till Friday. The only game I'm waiting on for confirmation of when they're playing is TGV Majors Skaven against Mutt's Underworld. They're the only other 2 games to be played. For anyone who follows the Ps4 Nuffle Shuffle, I will be hopefully having Shagrath as the guest this week, and we are sorting out a time for Thursday because I've got to work tomorrow, a big shift tomorrow, so I can't do it. So Thursday,
I think he's saying about trying to do about 10 p.m. GMT time, so it could be a late one. But we'll see. But yeah, Thursday, me with guest announcer Shagrath for Nuffle Shuffle, and Battle of the Consoles is back this week as well, guys. The Xbox crew scored a whopping 1 on their Battle of Consoles, so a good chance for Shagrath to strike first blood for the PS4 crew. Again, these pushes. Yeah, yeah, Teddy, you were extremely good on the Battle of the Consoles. There goes the tackle again. Can he get rid of another Dark Elf? Nope. What is people's thoughts? I mean, I asked earlier, but no one spoke to me. But I'll try once more. What is everyone's thoughts of the Champions Cup going to a resurrection format? Maybe something like you all start again with your team, maybe 1,300 in skill points, build it how you want it, and then each round I think it goes up, say 100 TV. Anyone a fan of that? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it looks like a lot of the admins are looking at different ways of trying to improve or try something different for the championship format. Might as well quit what trip? Yeah, yeah, I've said that, but hey, that's just me. The I just I know it's like, oh look, my guy's dead. Oh well, it's okay. He'll be back next game. Oh look, it's scored. Oh well, it doesn't really matter because I don't get XP for it. But hey, it's just one of the few things that just looking at. So I just thought, what, I'll ask you guys. I mean, obviously at the moment, thanks to obviously Nethos and Cyanide, we have been allowed to take the community's input, like obviously the PS4 community for myself, and if we think there's something what will damage the game or the community or the cup, then we are allowed to go our own way. So if PC decides to go that way, it doesn't mean that the PS4 or the Xbox will. But I can, like I said, I can see advantage and disadvantage to just about everything about it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, me personally, I think what we have now works, but people seem like they want to change it. I don't know why. Why do people want to change something what works? I just don't get it. But hey, like I said, I ain't got a problem if people want to try different things and all that sort of stuff. My thing is always trying the PC because you know what? If you cock up, you've got a big, massive fan base there. If we cock up on the consoles, it could be the death of a game or death of a championship. So I'd rather not. Maybe that's me being boring, but I try and look after the PS4 lot. At the end of the day, my allegiance. I mean, obviously, I get on well with the Xbox lot as well, but my allegiance is to the PS4 community. That's why I'm the admin there. I take it seriously that we have certain powers to try and improve the game and to make it as good as we can for you guys. And I certainly would not want to jeopardise tweaking stuff to upset people. But it's always good to find out what you lot think about it. Because, if I might not like it, but the rest of you might think, oh yeah, it's a great, thing. We want it. And if that was the case, then obviously we'd look into it. So, here we go then, guys. This game just seems to be lacking something, doesn't it? I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem to have got out of first gear. I mean, I totally understand that at the end of the day, they just want to win. So I totally get it. It's a positional battle, you know. I know what they're doing. But I think we've been spoilt with so many crazy ass games. You know? Yeah, I mean, even if I had a co-announcer, Ted, I think... I don't think it changed much. Obviously, it's a lot easier when you have a co-announcer. But the game itself, it's just been very stale. I think is the politest way I could put it. I mean, I can totally appreciate what these guys are doing. Definitely can appreciate what these guys are doing. But I think because of the lack of armor breaks, the lack of loads of hits and all that sort of stuff, you know, what we used to, it just doesn't feel that exciting, does it? But, you know, that's Gerdley being very classy. He doesn't want his Dark Elves getting hit all the time. So he's doing exactly why he should. And, you know, and Flynn Sorry is trying to look after the ball and a manful of a wizard. So I totally get, you know, how both coaches are playing this. Totally understand it. I just don't think it's good for the neutral. Don't know if anybody saw yesterday's game between the Vamps of Gasselmal and the Dwarfs of Nintendo. That was an amazing game. That went down to penalties in the end. So, you know, we had one penalties in the first ever game of Season 1. Then we went ages without penalties. And all of a sudden, the last 2 seasons, we've had quite a few of them. This just looks like a big, massive mess now. The problem is he's obviously trying to put pressure on, and I like this. I like this from Flynn, and he's hunting for the 1. If he gets some of these bad dice in here, then he might get a few hits. But if he doesn't, this is so easy just to disengage. But that's probably the way Gerdler's positioned as well. So now what? I mean, look at this. I mean, Gerdley was so worried that he bought an extra apothecary, so he had 2 apothecaries and a babe to go with his wizard. So that alone tells you that Gerdley was expecting a physical, you know, punch up. And it's just not come. Here comes a blitz. It's going to clip onto the blitzer. Another pout. Stand firm comes into play. Armor holds. Oh, I wonder if he's going to try a cheeky 1 dice. Thing as well, he's got this sleeper as well, G5. He's got to be careful. So Flynn's got to be careful of the wizard, and he's got to be careful of the agility 5 piece as well. So look, oh, this position is fantastic. Look at that. Gets the guard in. Fantastic heads. Really well played, sir. There's me looking at 1 dice. He's like, nope, you know what? We'll get the 2 dice in there. And all of a sudden, look at this. This is a roadblock. This is how you defend. Obviously, it's a lot easier for the faster Dark Elves to defend against the slower Orcs than the other way around. But I don't know about you guys, but I think the Dark Elves have put a more in the Orcs' face than the Orcs was in the first half. You know? Just the right amount of pressure. I always think the best chance of being Gardley, and you can say this about anybody, but especially against a good coach like Gardley, is getting him down on numbers. If you can't get him down on numbers, you're in a world of pain. Here we go. And finally we see an injury. It's just a loner though, so he will not be, surely not be, no. Yeah, exactly, Teddy. That's what I said. But he's been more physical, more aggressive than I think the Orcs were in the first half. Now the Orcs are saying, you know what, I'm going to make you pay for that. Or try to. Potential Seth coming on here if you want it. From Flynn. Oh, you got to go for the Seth. Well played, Flynn. Flynn comes up with some fantastic. Just needs to not be punished here. Oh, he does enough. And that is fantastic play from Flynn there. And off goes another Dark Elf. Crowd don't do the job and they'll let him off. But that was really nice play from Flynn there. That helps 2 Dark Elves off there. And this is it. You've got to get the numbers against Gardley and his Dark Elves. If you do that, it's with any bash team, isn't it? You know, because you're slow on that, you need to bash your way through. More than not. Yeah, it is a 6-player fireball. But there is a Dark Elf in there as well. Oh, better make that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now, I'll tell you what. Oh, God. Can you not fireball? Gardley will be like, oh, my God. What do I do? Because the thing is, though, they are Ramanan, mostly. He's definitely trying to get the fireball out. I don't think he will, though. It's not, but I mean, the thing is, you would need a decent amount of them to go down, and then the ball could go this way. I don't know. We'll see very shortly. I think if this was a lower armoured team like at AV7 or AV8, you'd be more tempted. AV9, I'm not so sure. His agility 5 piece is a bit deeper. I don't think he'll blitz. I don't think he'll use the fireball. I think Flynn is trying to make him use the fireball, but I don't think Gardley will. Because the thing about the fireball, or whatever you use, even the lightning bolt, is when you use it, you've got to have a valuable option to get the ball. And this is where we see so many coaches lose the game. It's not a case of the fireball or the wizard or the lightning bolt doesn't work. It's like they use it, they use it, and have no chance of getting the ball. You know, and that's the whole point of the fireball or the ball is to get the ball. But yeah, it is tempting. And yeah, fair enough, you point it out, and that's not a problem. But yeah, I would have been tempted, but I think the combination of the high armor and where the ball is, it just would make no sense. If it was like 10-15, oh absolutely, 10-15, that's good. That's getting fireballed. But before 10's to go where he is, Yeah, I don't think so. You know. And the thing is, as well, if he can push the Orcs down this flank anyway, he's going to get more options to hit them anyway because they're going to be congested. I mean, in my game against the Amazons, obviously I did my homework on Canary and that, and I made sure I put pressure on. I mean, it's a bit different because he's got agility 3, but all his players had dodge because of Amazon, and he injured more players than I actually injured by failed dodges. So it was a case of just putting the pressure on both halves. And the problem as well is when you go down one flank, and we've all done it, then you just see a nice easy column defense like this. So now we're going to see the Orcs just try and mark up and push the way through, use the guard, because he's got all this guard, hasn't he? All this guard to parry his way through. So, oh, I've just got an admin chat from someone, one of the admins. Just bear with me, guys. My apologies. Oh, there's a KO. So, sorry about that. Just a fellow Xbox admin, well, an Xbox admin friend of mine just wants to know something about something. Right then. So that helps to get in the removals now. So now, if you're the York player, you're pretty happy with this. And now as the elves, you're a bit in a interesting situation. Hey Bezo, how you doing, buddy? Because are you at the point now where you decide, you know what, I'm going to save the wizard for overtime, or are you just going to pray, hope you get a good fireball off, leap in with your agility 5 piece, and just punt it, or get it to one of your guys who just runs down here and it's game over. Flynn's positioned his players like here, so if the ball, here we go. Oh, look at this! So everything went down apart from the ball carrier. That is an amazing fireball. The armor holds, but uh-oh, this guy's in trouble. Wow, look at that. It's like an L shape. Look at that. Well, that's pretty crazy. Wow. Here he goes. Just leave some of the corpses. I think we're going to see the witch elf coming now. Here he comes. Or here she comes, I should say. And this is trouble for Flynn. And oh, there goes a pow. Where's the ball going to land? Oh, and he gets slapped and he's KO'd. All depends where the ball lands. That is what... Where will it land? Oh, it's a good landing for the Orcs. That's a great landing spot for the Orcs. And none of these Orcs did get knocked down. All these can get up next turn. But they will only have... Well, there's only 3 turns left after this one. Wow, if that ball had bounced here, round here... Oh, it could have been game over. But at least there, it gives the Orcs a massive chance. But the sure-handed Orc thrower is out. Now it's starting to get a bit tasty now with a few turns to go. The pressure's starting to ramp up big time now. Still just over a minute left, so he's got plenty of time, Gailey, to decide what he's going to do. So I swig on my cup of tea. Now then. And don't forget, still got to pick the ball up as the Orcs. My underworld on the Xbox today. I mean, I was winning 2-0 at the time, but 8 dice to try and pick the freaking ball up. Need only 3+. If he gets anything like that, it's game over. And here he goes. He's going in for it. Oh, and he doesn't get it the first time. Here comes a reroll, surely. Surely it's going to be reroll time. And he gets it. 6. Wow. He just needs to... And if he dodges out, he can throw the ball, and that could be it. He's throwing it from there. Intercept, maybe? Nope. Could he not move any more squares? Because surely I would have dodged if he could. I presume he didn't have any more squares to move. Wow, and the Orcs dodge a massive, massive bullet there. Chance of a potential surf as well for the Orcs. Gerdley not going to die wondering here. Right, okay. I thought it must have been somewhat dodgy because, like you say, he has the ability to dodge. But time is running out for Flint. It's got to go the other way. There goes the pout. I'm so confused what he's doing here. Because he can't really surf because this guy's there. And if he blitzes this way, the ball could go out. We're down here. Might blow a piece out of a bit of that. I mean, he's still got 2 turns after this, so it's not, you know, oh, lovely, have a bit of that. And Cagney is going to see Lacey. Good old Cagney and Lacey. That was I think it was an 80s American detective show about 2 female police cops. Don't know if anyone remembers that. Oh dear. This just looks like a mess to me. This looks like an absolute mess. Because, you know what? If I'm the Dark Elves, I don't mind failing. I don't mind failing the dodgy, because if I can fall on this ball and the ball goes out, the ball could end up down here with 2 turns to go. Oh, he's gone for the pickup. It's not good. Where's the ball going? Oh, it's gone to him. It's gone out. Where's he going? Where's he going? And there we go. That is game, gentlemen. That is game. And that was the worry. I just can't see him getting that now. Wow. Look where that's gone. That was a proper elf throw, that. And that was, again, because of what how he went about this bit here. He got himself in such a muddle that he was forced to do that. I mean, I can definitely see why he was going to do it, because obviously the Dark Elves had the same chance. But unfortunately, he didn't roll high enough, and now he's in a major problem. And here comes the agility 5 piece. And this is over. I think it's more likely the Dark Elves score again. I think. So the curse of the top seed. He could have made history today, could Flynn. He could have made history. You know. But, doesn't look like it's by some absolute crazy shenanigans. This is over. Oh, look at that. That's filthy. 665. God, that's the dice Flynn wanted. I mean, Flynn's going to be frustrated because, he was just one. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Kick a poor orc when he's down. I mean, the thing for Flynn is he'll be so frustrated because look at this. He started to get the removals second half. So if he could have punched it in, you know? I just don't have a clue what he's going to do here. Obviously, these Dark Elves are... I mean, he can tag them, but he's basically hoping for a double one with these guys. Goes for the JFI. He knows how important this is now. Now he's going to hit this guy. He's going to surf this guy. And there we go, just a knockout. And this is the problem as well, because obviously orcs are very slow, it's not going to be easy for them to get to it. But basically, Dark Elves are looking for him to get to the ball, obviously, this guy here. I don't know because Nagel can do a lot of nasty stuff. I mean, the thing with Shagrath is he always plays drunk most of the time, so that would be the concern. Always likes to have a drink, doesn't he? I don't know. I think I'd rather, if I'm Dark Elves, I'd rather play the humans. To be fair, I don't know much of the coach Torre, to be fair. I know obviously Shagle's a very good coach. See, the thing is, I mean, all this Dark Elf, he's got two options: pick the ball up and keep it, or just punt it a bit down here. Just don't throw it out of the crowd. Or more likely, better to put it this way. Just put it over here. Throw it over here. Oh, do you know, that's just brilliant player. In it, just a fantastic play from Gedley. You know, that's all you have to do. Pick the ball and throw it. They can't get the ball now. Oh, one square away. All you have to do. And, well, Terry was pretty confident that Los Notas could go all the way to the final. But like my tip, they've crashed and burned very early on. I did say, though, and he's just thinking, he's just giving up. Don't like to see that. I like to see a few hits. Yeah, they got past the first round, but again, yeah. Well, they got two armor breaks, but one of them was an injury. There you go. I mean, you just look at the blocks. 36 blocks against 26. Not much contact at all. Double Dip had the 50% ball possession. 9 ones, 12 ones. See, there just wasn't enough dice rolled, really, was they? Altogether. I think it's fair to say one of the most exciting game we've seen. It was, you know, Gedley just basically did what he needed to do to get through. He'll be delighted. I mean, he bought the extra apple. You know, he got the extra bib, expecting a physical encounter, and it wasn't. It was just given a nice sort of exhibition match, really. So there you go. These are the only two games to go. This one will start Friday. This one, I have no idea. Unless somebody in Alumni knows. So there you go. So you've got Mystic Ted's tip to win the full thing. Gimlick's Undead. They will play Demented Wood Elves. Now this is an interesting one because the reason I said Gimlick wouldn't win the final is because I said he wouldn't get past Demented's Wood Elf. So it's great to see that matchup because obviously Gimlick, a fellow admin, so I hope he does really, really well. Obviously I'm team admin, so I'll be cheering Gimlick on, but at the same time I'm a big Demented fanboy, so you know I always like to see him play as Wood Elves. Then we've got the typical great two-time champion Arza wins Case Dwarfs against either Mutt, who was an Xbox player who came over to the Ps4 last season and got to the semi-final, against the very impressive TGV Major, who is another UC clan member. He's playing his rats. The big news there is obviously the Underworld killer, the Mighty Blow Claw piece, is out for this game, but he will be back for the next one if they get through. We've just seen Los Notas just be knocked out by Gedley's Dark Elves. They will play either the Humans of Mysterit, who is Torre, or the Nagel kill team, if you can call them that, of Shagrath. And then we've got the Great White Shark, that's my team, Chaos team, will go against Nawak Dwarfs, who got through an amazing penalty kick game yesterday. So there you go, guys. That's the rundown of what's happening. The cut-off point for this round is Friday, so people can play their games from Saturday onwards. So we'll at least get... I mean, we're coming up to Christmas now, so we'll definitely get this in. And I'm hoping we'll get the quarterfinals in. I don't think we'll get the semi-finals in before Christmas, unless people are very efficient. It would be pretty cool to have a final on Christmas Eve or something, but I think we're dreaming of that happening. But yeah, and don't forget, obviously the PC, that that competition's up and running. The Xbox, I think they've got a couple of games left. I don't know if their game's done tonight, and then round 2 will be on. Apparently the highlight game or the big game of round 2 is a Calcium Cast versus Bernie Buffon. Yes, we are clashing yet again. Much to my annoyance, it seems the only person I get to play is Cast when he's in the playoffs. But apparently everybody can't wait for that one. So hey, we will see. But that's me done, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next broadcast. So take care, have fun on Blood Bowl, and see you later. Bye bye.